As we've seen, filing for patents is a powerful technique that should be part of any product builder's toolkit. There are usually two ways you can use patenting: offensively and defensively. Offensive patenting is what we usually think of. You file patents for your inventions to stop competitors from copying them. Or at least you can make money off them if they want to reuse what you've created. This strategy can be quite profitable. Some tech companies' entire business models are even based on licensing out patents. We met IBM earlier. Another good example is Qualcomm, which owns over 130,000 patents on phone-related technologies, mostly for wireless connectivity technologies like 4G and 5G. Because every smartphone uses technologies patented by Qualcomm, Qualcomm earns a 3 to 5% royalty on every phone that gets manufactured. These royalties account for about $6 billion in revenue every year for Qualcomm, which is estimated to be about 75% of the company's total annual profits. Offensive patents can also be a powerful weapon in highly competitive industries. The most famous example of this is when Apple patented two key smartphone features: a slide to unlock login screen and a feature to turn phone numbers and addresses into clickable blue links. These are obvious features for a phone, or really any computing device. And while it's unclear if Apple was the first company to ever think of them, it was certainly the first company to patent them. This made it impossible for Android phones to use these valuable and intuitive features. Samsung tried to use the side-to-side slide to unlock mechanism once and was slapped with a $120 million fine. This is why Android phones have always had to use alternate unlocking methods, such as swipe to unlock, where you drag your finger in any direction instead of sliding it left to right. On the other hand, with defensive patenting, you aren't trying to get a patent yourself. You're just trying to stop somebody else from patenting your invention later. Since patent applications have to prove that they're totally new and useful inventions, the existence of any prior art makes it impossible to file a patent. So if you want to block a competitor from patenting something, all you have to do is file a patent application for that same invention. The application doesn't have to be any good. It doesn't have to get accepted. The point is just to show the USPTO that somebody already thought of the idea, so that nobody else can get a patent on it later. So this means that it's easier to patent defensively than offensively. Offensive patenting requires you to write a top-notch application. Defensive patenting requires you to just write any application, no matter how half-baked it is. Defensive patenting is also useful when your invention is too minor or incremental to actually get patented. By just filing an application for it, you're at least getting something useful out of the deal, namely being able to block your competitors. Another form of defensive patenting comes from strategically buying up other companies' patents. Remember how IBM earns hundreds of thousands of dollars for every patent it sells? Why would other companies pay so much money for these patents? It turns out there's a lot of maneuvering going on behind the scenes. See, when Twitter was about to IPO in 2013, IBM reportedly threatened to file patent infringement claims against Twitter. Apparently, Twitter had violated some of IBM's massive stockpile of patents. So the next year, to ward off a lawsuit, Twitter defensively bought 943 patents from IBM for the aforementioned $36 million. Presumably, these included the patents that IBM was threatening Twitter with. Similarly, recall how Facebook bought 696 patents from IBM for $83 million. This was back in 2012. Why did Facebook do it? Well, Yahoo had filed a patent infringement suit against Facebook shortly before Facebook's IPO. And it wasn't alone. Facebook was the target of 22 patent infringement suits in 2011 alone. Facebook bought these patents off Big Blue to give it ammo for countersuits against Yahoo and its other opponents. Patents really are like weapons in corporate combat. You file them to fill your arsenal, you buy them when you're facing litigation, you sell them when you notice someone else is in trouble. It's a fascinating world, and it's one you absolutely should not overlook.